Alright, we're back. Good to see you, whoever's tuning in right now. Alright, so this is the next project. So without further ado, this is our head coach journey. To start my career, it's a matter of being an offensive minded or defensive minded. Here's my strategy. I can have more creativity on the offensive side of the ball, whereas I would like to have the defensive prowess just as a back burner for my character, and then I can take controls over what's on offense. So I think if I'm going to have my player or my coach be anything, I think I want the game to be defensive minded.
Last Sunday's Super Bowl 40 saw one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL play the perfect game of chess. High above the stands in Ford Field, he made the calls while his team toyed with the league's most productive offense on football's biggest day. With the Lombardi Trophy now on his resume, this coordinator will lead a team as a head coach. Let's take a closer look at the defensive mastermind.
I think I'm going to make myself. Alright, defensive minded. See, this is really dependent on the type of team that I overtake. I would want to rock with a 3-4. I'm going to go single back here for this game. Jeez, how did they already predetermine that I'd be fat? This ain't right. I mean, it's accurate, but it ain't right. Dang, this is demoralizing. Because to myself, fat I am.
Only time will tell how this coordinator adjusts from running a defense to running a whole team. All we know for sure is fans in 31 cities are asking, is my team getting this year's hottest commodity in a headset?
I really don't want to go for the easy option right now. But at the same time, what choice do I have here? Okay, so what would happen here? Alright, so Rashawn Adams, congratulations, Super Bowl, you ready for this interview? I guess. Which of these legendary NFL coaches do you admire the most? Some great answers here, but I think I'm going to go with Lombardi. On the right, you're going to see everything that I am good at and everything I'm not good at. And I think that depending on how I answer these questions, I can either gain knowledge or maybe lose knowledge, depending on if I answer them incorrectly. Alright, so let's think about this here. Which of the following formations would prompt you to send in your dime package? So, dime package is like 4 corners, right? Because you have 3 cornerbacks for nickel, 4 for dime. And that normally would prompt about a 5th receiver. Because pro set, no. Power I, that's more of a running formation. 5th receiver set, yeah, okay. And as you see there, strategy went up a little bit. When you call zone blitz, which defensive player do you motivate? If I gotta motivate someone, that means that I gotta make them do something that they normally wouldn't do, right? So, safety cover in the deep zone, that's something they should already be doing. But lineman dropping into coverage, that's one thing, but that's not really motivation. Cornerback going out on the blitz, yeah, you really gotta motivate them. So I'm gonna go with that one. What do you look for when watching players at the scouting combine? Actually, I can leave my scouting to my assistants. How well they perform in game situations. Pure raw talent and athleticism. Alright, Trayvon Walker. Yeah, let's go with that one. Player eval went up slightly. What do you do to stay organized? I just intuitively know what to do next. I like to play it by ear and go with the flow. Set my schedule early and stick to it. That seems like a good strategy, but you also got to remember there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And going with the flow and all that kind of stuff, that seems like a happy medium for just a bit, because intuitively know what to do next. I don't think anyone's really going to be open to hear that. I'm going to say this one right now. Work ethic, yeah, increased. Alright, 3-4 defense, what do you want your linemen to do? Professional quarterback, that's not really their job there. That's more the outside linebackers' jobs, right? They're the edge rushers. Now, here's the thing. So what they want to do here, they can either occupy the offensive line or neutralize the run. I don't really know what occupy the offensive line means to this game, so I'm just going to go with neutralize the run. There we go. basically maxed out my defensive line knowledge. What do you like to see the most from your linebackers? I can do a man coverage skills, excellent tactical skills, play recognition, and intelligence. You know, if you get play recognition and intelligence, then you can help them become excellent tacklers. You can help them become better at play coverage. So I'm going to go with that one. When do you tend to jam receivers at the line? Okay, when I have everybody in man coverage. You know, when I call the cover one, when I call the cover two, you generally... Well, I mean, this is more kind of a personal preference, really. Because you can do a hard flat for a cover two. Cover one is, you know, it's man coverage. So this is kind of like the same thing, but that's a bit more strict with your calling. Because you really could go with cover two. Like, honestly, none of these sound like a bad answer to me. So I can understand why you would say, hey, I'm going to press my corners or jam receivers on the cover two. I don't know what they want me to say here. All right, let's see what this is, because I'm more curious about this answer. Wow. I know you're a defensive coach, but I want you to get a gauge on your offensive interest. Okay. Based on last season, oh geez, which offensive player helped their team the most? Okay, so this is more kind of going by your positional value, right? So, Willie Anderson, Steve Smith, obviously wide receiver for the Panthers, Sean Alexander, obviously wide receiver, running back for the Seahawks, Peyton Manning, obviously quarterback for the Colts. Based on last season, though, what the heck happened in 2005? Sean Alexander was having some phenomenal seasons, right? That's why he ended up on the cover in 07. I don't want to cheat here because I really want to look up, like, who actually had, like, a fantastic 2005 season. In comparison, you know, because Manning obviously had a fantastic 2004 season. But did he help this team the most in 2005 as well? That's good. That's a good question to ask. You know, in comparison, how far along did the Seahawks make it in 2005? Well, they obviously went to the Super Bowl, and they really went there kind of on the back of Sean Alexander. I think, to me, based off of what they just showed, I'm gonna go with Sean Alexander. Thank you, Coach. You have a unique perspective on the game with the Titans. Okay. I wonder if that was like the same kind of thing that I would come across for any of the teams that I chose. I just chose the Bears. See, it's just this game, there's just so much of it, right? And if you have the time, like, you could really dive deep, sink your teeth in. And how long has it been since we've been able to say this about a Madden thing? The only downside that you can really have about this game is that you're not actually controlling the players on the field. But that's kind of the whole point, right? It's like, you're the head coach. You really don't have that power. Good news, Coach. I got a great news for you, Coach. You just received job offers from 5 different teams. You must have blown them away during the interview. Try not to celebrate too much. Talk to you soon. Yeah, makes sense that I interview with the Bears, and then Bears are the first team that comes up. Jets, Packers, Lions, Texans. All right, let's think about these rosters here, because Bears went to the Super Bowl in 2006. Packers, you know what? Like, you have Favre situation. You have Rodgers on this team, or I can just go to one of these, like, you know, like the Bears, and just say, hey, I have Brian Urlacher here. I have Lance Briggs. I have Charles Tillman. I have some players to work with on here. And I think that they would be running a 3-4 defense. And that's the biggest thing that I'm having to worry about. Is because if they don't run the 3-4 defense, like Packers right now, for the last, you know, yeah, for the last while, like Packers have been running a 3-4. So that would make sense. Lions, I don't know if they've been running a 3-4. Texans are also kind of confusing for me, especially like back then. This is actually pre-Mario Williams for this team, right? Because Mario Williams is in this draft class that's about to show up. The Lions, they're also kind of interesting, but you know, let's just go ahead and read everyone's offers and see if they can kind of help me with the selection. All right, I'm pleased to offer you the head coaching position of the Bears. We will pay you $8.7 million over 3 years. All right, let's just do the basics. All right, 8.7 over 3, 8.3 over 4. So get more longevity, less money. 12.9 over 4. That sounds enticing. 9.6 over 3. Okay, and then 9.9 over 3. So already the Packers sound like a better job, right? Like if you're just looking at these offers and be like, hey, I'm gonna pay you double digits to take you away from the Bears, I guess. All right, let's get on with these expectations though. The owner has a list of goals which you should strive to achieve this year. They are win 8 games, sack the quarterback more. Weird place for comma, but okay. Increase our total rushing yards, score more in the red zone, increase our total rushing touchdowns. I think it's because of that answer that I gave them regarding Sean Alexander that they're starting to say, hey, let's also value the ground game more. Which, Amon Green is still on this team? Last year, the team finished with a record of 4-12. Really? Wow. We have an excellent coaching staff. Our offensive coordinator's overall rating is 65, and our defensive coordinator overall rating is 64. The combined overall rating of the rest of the coaching staff is 68.4. Currently, there's $65.26 million tied up in the salary cap. The salary cap movement remaining is 36.74. All right, last bit of info. You can look forward to working with these talented players: Mike Flanagan, Brett Favre, Chad Clifton. Obviously, 2 offensive linemen, and then the quarterback. You know what? Let's kind of skim through everyone else, though. Especially about the type of expectations that they have. All right, win the division. Draft a marquee quarterback. Maintain our red zone defense. Increase the amount of yards we gain a game. Interesting bits of info that they're going to try to throw out there. The Jets, what do you want me to do? Win 8 games, maintain our pass defense, sack the quarterback more, increase our total passing yards, increase our total rushing touchdowns. So they essentially want me to kind of check the ball all around in between the 20s, and then once I get in the end zone or red zone area, just punch it in on the ground. Maintain our pass defense. So they're probably saying like, hey, we boast a pretty high ranking defense, sack the quarterback more than last year, probably. Win 8 games for the Jets. That'll be new. Let's see. Win 8 games, draft a marquee quarterback, decrease the amount of yards we give up a game, increase the amount of yards we gain a game, score more in the red zone. Okay, interesting. Texans. Oh man, if only they updated it. It's like, just don't be Bill O'Brien. Alright, win 8 games, draft a marquee quarterback, convert more on 3rd down, increase our total passing yards, continue to score in the red zone. Continue to. Alright. It's interesting how they're like, hey, draft a marquee quarterback. I'm a defensive-minded coach. How do you expect me to have that knowledge in my back pocket? Honestly, the one that makes the most sense with what they're asking for. Win 8 games, sack the quarterback more, okay, and so increase our total rushing yards. You know. But let's take a look at the other teams' coaching staff and salary cap issues. Alright, Bears finished with their 11-5. Excellent coaching staff. OC 78, DC 74. Combined overall rating is 66.9. Currently 63 tied up. They have 38.74. Jets have 19.5. Lions have 34. And then 28, 30. OC is 71, DC 62. The rest of the coaching staff is 68.7. Alright, our OC's 93, DC 78. That would help me out a lot, you know. Bringing in, you know, doing something similar to what Arthur Smith was doing, right? Like, he brought in Dean Pease because, you know, he's a fantastic coordinator. But that's also because Arthur Smith is more of an offensive-minded guy. That's pretty enticing. And then Tigers have the most cap space. No. Bears have the most cap space by $2 million. The Lions position, even though it's offering less money and less that compared to the Packers, that offensive coordinator situation is looking really good. So that can really help me when it comes to developing a game plan for both sides of the ball. But then they got their roster, which as you can look forward to looking for playing with Damian Woody, who's probably getting up there in age. Roy Williams, that's the wide receiver they drafted. Not to be confused with the other Roy Williams, which was like the Cowboys safety. And Dominic Raiola, their center. Okay, yeah, Marcus Coleman, that's the first one I name. Okay, Andre Johnson, obviously. Steve McKinney. Ty Law, Jonathan Vilma, and Kevin Malley, the center. Alan Kreutz, Brandon Lurkin, Mike Brown. It's quite the trio there. This is quite the story to tell, though, right? Interviewed for the Bears and then I get hired by the Packers. It hurts for them, but you know what? To be completely honest, I think they need a little bit more help in the room. Who was the Packers head coach at the time? I don't think it was Holmgren, because Holmgren was obviously in Seattle. Dang it, they must have had someone in between that time. Can't remember who. But I think it's going to be me instead.
Becoming the greatest coach of all time. It's a saga that we're all fond of here at NFL Films. One coach in particular stood out from the rest. Driven by his dream, this coach knew that being the greatest of all time meant winning games, breaking coaching records, developing Pro Bowl players, and turning coordinators into exceptional head coaches. Most importantly, it meant winning Super Bowls. His heart was set on seeing his image bronzed at the end of the Hall of Legends. It would serve as a reminder to all that visited, here is the greatest coach of all time. This is his story.
I have no idea what he said. Alright, lackey. Alright, yeah. Excuse me. Hi, Rich. Coach or owner, Mr. Dawkins. I don't know how to address these people. Alright, hi, and welcome to Dawkins. Thank you. I'm Rescue of the Packers. It's a pleasure to meet you. I don't know how you exist, considering it's a kind of a publicly owned structure. Look at my hairstyle. That is such a complete opposite to what I have right now, which is just a buzz cut. Alright, since the first day I want to give you a tour of the office. Sounds great. Before we get started, how do you think we'll fare this season? Bruh, we know the type of people that would answer this one. But, you know what? Let's give the owner optimism. Alright, yeah, see that plus sign? We got on his good side. Check out your attributes. Why are you leaning forward like that? And check out your attributes and trust level with the team. Using a quick net. Might be like that. That looks like that. Job security's halfway, trust halfway. It's kind of to be expected. Overall, though, looking pretty good as a starting point. Alright, they have me capped as a 71 overall in terms of everything, right? Motivation's at 90, strategies at 56. It's a bit insulting, but I understand it. Work ethic, okay. Player evaluation, come on now. 30 for the quarterback, 43. But then 96, 96, 96. Yeah, see, I was practicing. Nearly no knowledge of kick return. Alright, it's not too. Poor understanding. Nearly none. That's a bit insulting, but well, we'll work with this. Yeah, job, coach level, kind of everywhere. Okay, there's obviously some bit of dip and loss in between certain agents and whatnot. GMs, none of y'all know me. That's fine. I want you to be the greatest coach of all time. Heck, sorry, I hired you. Jeez, dude. No pressure, though. In the quick nav, you can compare yourself against legendary coaches. Jeez, yeah. Way to rub it in about the no pressure thing. Go to the coach corridor by using the right on the quick nav and switch to the Hall of Legends to view the top 25 greatest coaches of all times. Alright. Come back, I want you to know who the greatest football coach of all time is. Alright, this is what we're talking about. I got nothing, but I'm ranked 61. Don't know how good or bad that is just yet, but we'll see. Alright. View the rankings. Switch into the Hall of Legends. And then the Bears are who we thought they were. Alright. Oh. Huh. Coach lineage. There's our boy John Madden. Ranking 10th all time on this list. There's Dan Reeves. Okay. Yep, that. Well, let's go what they have the bio. Okay, I'm not reading all that, but I'm just gonna let you guys take a look and maybe you can pause it. So, who's the greatest coach of all time? You're gonna make me say Shula. Alright. Coach's life is dictated by the schedule and goals of each period. See detailed thing. Alright, keys to victory. What I need to do, staff a linebacker coach, staff an offensive coordinator. Skills update next week when it's time to re-sign players. You can go to the TV, get more information. Yeah, just go watch some more TV since your first day. I'd love that to happen. Okay. All right, a sick computer. Email. Owner. Coach, make sure we're out at the combine scouting. The very best, please. That's a weird sentence. I want this franchise to be filled with nothing but talent. Oh. Should have thought about that your last coach too, dude. I can manage staff or I can do something else as far as no, I don't. Swap task. Need a play designer. That'd be interesting to figure that out. Select coach clothing. Man, that'd be a waste of time. Yeah, I guess manage staff right now. Take a look at the depth chart of substitutions. Alright. So one thing that I do like about this game is definitely not the amount of reading that I gotta do. You'll see how, I have Chad Clifton highlighted here. Like the base, like his floor is at an 81, but his maximum could be a 98. And that's generally where we want these guys, right? So when you get to some of these guys like Ryan Longwell, who becomes a solid kicker, it's like he's 65, but his potential could go up to an 80. His actual potential probably went a little bit better than that. But let's talk about hey, Aaron Rodgers. Can you imagine if his entire career was still capped at 75 overall? That'd be ridiculous. But yeah, that's who we have in the works. He's 57 overall right now. I don't know if I necessarily want to do the same thing that they did and put him in the oven for a couple more years. Nick Collins, he grows to be a stud. Amon Green's still on this team. Interesting. Robert Thomas especially. He's 6 foot 230. He's 6'4", 238. 6'2", 240. It looks like from the size of the linebackers that they have. Aaron Campman, 6'4", 286. And you have Kabir Baja-Biamila, 6'4", 255. This definitely looks like a 4-3 type of team already to begin with. So we got to make this team a 3-4, which like I was saying earlier, it's not going to be an easy transition. Al Harris, he's still solid, but he's also 30. And we want to have more depth because the next best guy right there is Lamont Carroll. And I don't know about you guys, but I've never heard of him. So, Joey Thomas, never heard of him. Jason Horton, never heard of him. Michael Hawkins, never heard of him. Yeah, I can see why the corners are. Yeah, the corners are definitely a big priority already just to look at. Jackson, did not remember him as a Packer. Just gonna be completely honest. Let's see what he's talking about. Then Javon Walker is still on the team. We have some players here. Modifier, good, average, failures. I'm just kidding. Any other team, they're all blue, which means they're all kind of unknown. Which, that's just what another team would look like from my perspective. Single back, formation, going to be crucial because that's my offensive philosophy. Defense 3-4, it's my offensive philosophy, or defensive philosophy here. Definitely want to try to sort this out. Kick return, safety kick return. Jeez, imagine going to level of having to sort out safety kick returns. It's wild. Think of all these scenarios though, right? Because you got second and short, second mid, second and long, third and short, third and mid, third and long, fourth and go for it. 2-point plays, time management, fullback dives, 2-minute drills, first down plays. Why the heck am I having a fullback dive among my top plays to run on first down? I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to do that. Halfback draw, I don't mind the play type, but for full house, I definitely don't want to be rocking that either, so I'm going to move that play either. So you have me, you have Jeff, last name, you have Bob Sanders, not that Bob Sanders, you have Ryan Phillips, you have Mike Stock. Quite the default name you got there, buddy. But then we have position coaches, kind of same thing. Tom Clements, Edgar Bennett, Jimmy Robinson, Ben McAdoo. Hey, Joe Philbin. Okay, definitely remember him. We got ourselves a Schottenheimer. Gotcha. Alright, now today I want you to cover changes that will affect the teams this offseason. Sounds good, but we have our salary cap this year will be $102 million. This year, our staff budget is going to be 11.13. Today starts the hire coach period. Talk to your staff and select who you'll keep this year. Use the manage staff task to hire any remaining positions. We have 2 unfilled positions on our coach roster. Use the manage staff task to hire any remaining positions. Because I was removing plays from there. Let's take a look at our audible. Why would I ever have this as an audible? Nope. I apparently can't get rid of it. But I think I can swap it out for something else. Okay. What do I not have here? Let's get one more nickel package though. Because we could be coming in a lot of that. Let's go. Ooh, yeah, let's go nickel 335. You know what? Actually, nickel 245. I think, yeah, for this roster right now, we'll go nickel 245. Okay. Understrong might be a good option. Alright, let's see if I can swap that. Place to play in the slot. Alright, thank goodness. Quarter zone. Overload fire. Let's get ourselves a better blitzing play here. That puts 4 players in coverage though. That puts 5, but it still blitzes the corner, which I can use that as a surprise. Alright, let's move my 2 changes for right now. Get me out of here. Alright, y'all. What you got for me? Let's start from the left, work our way to the right. Why do we have a guitar pick for a table? I'm not sure, but let's move on. Yes, Jeff. Our agenda today is to pick the coaches you will keep the season. Review the coach roster and computer to make this decision. Coach, nice to meet you. I'm Jeff, last name. I'm your offense coordinator. My contract is expired. I hope you resign me. Oh my god. Jeez, I can't. Oh my gosh. I can't back out of this decision. I don't want him around. Like, I don't want to be tied to him either. Okay, it says I'll be bringing you back this year. Let me set up a meeting. Just the emotional damage this answer. This organization doesn't need you anymore. Good God. I'm just gonna say this just to be a little bit nice to him. Plus science will be great. Alright, let's go back to the computer, take a look at who is who. 65. Tight end and offensive lineman. Oh, that's all you got to offer me, dude? I shouldn't have said yes to you. Okay. Bob Sanders, you have defensive line linebacker experience. Okay, as far as everything else, you got some solid work ethic. Defensive line linebacker. Okay, keep an eye on Edgar Bennett, because this dude sucks at his job, apparently. As far as expired contract, we have Winston Moss here, linebacking coach. We have quite a number of people with linebacker knowledge, myself included. And I'm here for 4 years. I'm here for the long haul. Okay, I could do the back route, but and just fire him from this screen. Which feels like I'm at the table right next to him. I'm saying, yeah, I'm gonna bringing you back, and then I just like send him a text and be like, nah, never mind, you're out of here. All right, did you guys remember who was good and who wasn't? Because I sure the heck didn't. Now that I'm looking at everyone's names. All right, let's think about this. Bob Sanders, just not the actual safety. Being this higher staff week to help keep me around. I do need you this year. It's the Moss. I said I'm gonna have to say the phrase, this organization does not need you anymore. And he's gone. Oh, Hairston. This team is going to move on without you. Kurt, I need you. Like stock. Special teams guy. This team's gonna move on without you. Wait, he's already gone. What the heck? What happened to him? Okay. Ben McAdoo. Surprisingly need you this year. Joe Philbin, I'm going to need you this year. Jimmy Robinson, this team's going to move on without you. Tom Clements, I need you this year. You're Bennett, get the heck off my guitar pick of a table. Who the heck are you? I kind of accidentally hired. You'll have to do this another time. This is the last time you get the pleasure of shaking my hand. I'm just kidding. Oh boy. Alright, let's get a grip on our defensive coordinator. Kind of send you out the door. Why did I say yes to you? Now I'm thinking about it. Jeez, you're actually worse than the guy that I'm trying to kick out. Why did you make me check the computer? Why do you still have... We got running back, we got wide receiver, we got D line, we got linebacker. I'm going to keep an eye on the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator for right now. Alright, hire coaches. Alright, so now we can take a look at their best attributes. I wish this was organized just a bit better. Campbell looks good. Yeah, let's get Pete Campbell on the phone. I'm just looking for the chance to show you what I can do, coach. Yep. Schedule you. That's interesting about Todd Anderson. He's a special teams guy, but he's high stats running back knowledge. Man, it's so hard to compare. I'm gonna get Todd Anderson. Schedule an interview with him. Yeah, my other scout was talking about JJ Cecil. You know what? Let's listen to him and and set up an interview with you, Jesus. Alright, Pete Campbell. Nice to meet you, Coach. I'm Pete Campbell. Last composition. So, what would you like to ask me? Okay, I believe I'm running the same back option. Awesome. Talk strategy. When given the responsibility of offensive play calling, I've never lost a lead with the game. Okay, what about work ethic? I feel like if I can spend at least 8 hours game planning, I should be ready for any opponent. Alright, remember, I'm having him as a special teams guy. So, don't really know I need to ask for quarterback. How would you go about improving our run game, I guess? Alright, focus on his ability to catch balls out of the backfield. Checking some blocking schemes. You get most out of receiving core. That's down. For having a few of my receivers help support in the run with solid blocking. I'd like to hear that, especially from a special teams guy, teaching those guys how to block. Well, obviously it's that. Offense and defense is support, but it's the special teams that wins or loses it for a team. Yeah. Alright, I like what hurry will cost you to get on this team. You know what? There's no point in negotiating some of these support when you're giving me low numbers like that. Alright. I'm gonna end it right here. Let's take a look at how things go, how they shape up here. If you guys want more of this, I know we're the Packers, but I really like the progress that we made so far with this. So please let me know what you guys think about this. If you want us to continue this, because I think that we can make this a pretty good series, just kind of on the back burner. But it's all gonna go down to how you guys treat it. So, all right, thanks you guys for watching, and I'll catch you the next time, and maybe with a different idea, maybe with a different game in mind too. I'm eyeballing NCAA Football 06, and I'm also eyeballing some Madden 08. So maybe we'll have that in the works. I might be eyeballing a different type of game entirely, and we'll see where that takes us too. So, looking for feedback. Thank you guys for watching, like I said, and I'll catch you, I don't know when, but whenever the video gets made.